Hi, everyone, and welcome to Episode 5 of Embracing Mastery, where I offer tools and perspectives of inspiration based on my own journey of transformation to anyone who would like to become empowered and sovereign. Today's episode is based on my recent post titled Talking About a Revolution: How We Can Transform the Current Political and Societal Chaos. The world systems, particularly political, are in what appear to be controlled demolition. Humanity is angry. We are sad, disgusted, horrified, lost, confused, indignant. We feel betrayed and are often in a state of disbelief. We are all each rallying behind the side, opinion, political ideal, spiritual or religious truth, and life experience which gives us the sense of having power to change, to have some control over what we are witnessing and don't prefer. And from one point of view, this is extraordinary. For decades, especially recently, many of us have been lulled into an almost comatose state. We have been oblivious to the world at large and mesmerized by our microcosmic existence, based on the idea that our systems can run themselves and our little voice didn't matter or count. But times, they are changing. We are in a revolution circa 2018. Thanks to the current atrocities we are witnessing, politicians behaving like bullies in a schoolyard, and world systems collapsing in detritus and decay, we are waking up and we are beginning to ask questions. We are asking why. Why does everything seem to be the opposite of what it really is, all clean and shiny on the outside, yet riddled with dysfunction within? We have awakened from our slumber and we are looking for answers. We are demanding answers. We are becoming more and more comfortable with the truth of our creatorship, to the revelation that each and every one of us does matter and can have a substantial impact if we choose to empower ourselves. So we are speaking out, standing up, and taking action to create the world we prefer to experience. And it's a beautiful sight to behold. But here's the rub. Reality is created from the inside out. And our world systems, political and otherwise, are merely a mirror reflection of our collective consciousness. So when I speak of revolution, I'm actually referring to an evolution in our collective and individual consciousness, which will ultimately be the driving force behind dramatic and lasting change. It's not to say that advocacy and action aren't relevant and necessary. They are and will continue to be. It's just that the foundation, the root of change, must come from within. Do you frown, look in the mirror, and see your reflection frowning and then yell at it to change? No, you smile, and then and only then does the reflection change. This is a helpful metaphor in understanding how reality works, how it's structured, and the mechanism when activated which will trigger an avalanche of change. If you want something in your experience to change, go within and evolve yourself. That's the way it works. So as counterintuitive as it may seem, our leaders, government, and world systems are truly living, breathing entities exemplifying that which needs to be healed and transmuted within the collective consciousness of humanity, within each one of us. And the most optimal way of experiencing and transforming the current chaos in the world is to recognize behavior we do not prefer from ourselves, the people we elect or appoint to leadership roles, and the systems they represent. Basically, we need to say to ourselves, we can do better than this, both individually and collectively. Once we have identified what isn't working, we are able to choose a new, more enlightened way of seeing, relating to, and being in the world, and then practice living that new truth every single day. Use the reflection as a guide to what needs to be transformed and transmuted within ourselves. The questions we can ask ourselves. Are there areas in our own life which we may be acting, even if only subtly, with bigotry, hatred, divisiveness, dishonesty, judgment? Where could we consider a higher perspective through qualities of forgiveness, compassion, integrity, unity, love? Where can we take more responsibility in our lives rather than look to others to rescue or solve challenges for us? How else can we continue to empower ourselves? When can we refrain from judging another and mimicking unconscious behavior we are seeing in the world stage? Why do we argue with the reflection when other people's behavior, all of reality for that matter, is just a signpost guiding us home to more of ourselves? Are we aware of what we believe, our definitions about ourselves and our experience? Our definitions are literally the foundation of our life. They form our experience. So knowing what they are is pretty important. These are some of the questions that we must ask ourselves to expand beyond the reflection and create a new, more enlightened world. Is this an easy process? No, but it works. And if we change within, the reflection has no choice but to comply to our wishes. How do I know this will work? I've used this method of transformation in my own life. My example is the microcosm of the macrocosm. If it works for me, it will work for the world, because it's activating a mechanism within reality that applies to everyone. It may appear that our global chaos is too complicated for this solution, but it's not. Creation, at its foundation, is simple. And the answers to our problems are based in simple yet powerful changes. It's just physics. The solution is actually just based upon the structure of reality. Humanity has actually done pretty well, considering we are sharing the planet with 7.6 billion other people, and quite honestly, the cards have been stacked against us lately. Don't become discouraged and disgusted by the current state of the world. Right now, planet Earth can be seen as a bucket of dirty water, which is being cleaned up. When you pour clean water into the bucket of dirty water, the debris is stirred up and rises to the top for all to experience and observe. The issues coming to the surface aren't actually new ones. They've been there all along, but we're just hidden and not in our general awareness. This is the process of looking at what we have intentionally and unintentionally created, letting go of what no longer serves us, and choosing a new, more evolved way of being. This is about humanity taking back its power and stepping into the role of creator. That's who you are. That's who we are. Are you ready to evolve? Thanks so much for listening. To read this post or any of my other writing about the path of mastery, please go to www.angelsevolution.com or medium.com/@Jennifer Heflin. Until next time, may the light shine in you, with you, and through you.